Happy Wednesday, Amazon shoppers and Ketosis Mom followers. We have Joe with us again today. I'm going to get to him in just a second. He's waving. He thinks that you guys can see him.
Oh, okay.
And you cannot yet. I start always right here on my storefront page. I start on the storefront page because you guys can tap follow from the storefront, which is amazon.com/shop/Ketosis Mom. You can also tap follow right here in this live stream as well to follow us to see everything that we are featuring today and in the future and always. I also like to go down. I know that the storefronts look really jumbled. They used to be nice and organized, but you know, they're trying new things. You can go to Idea List. So if you are ever shopping with me on social media and you see, here's my storefront, go to Idea List, TikTok Live, for instance, there is a TikTok Live product list right here where you will find those products. You can also see all of our shoppable photos right here as well if you're looking to see what we're going to be going over coming up soon. We treat our storefront like a waterfall where we are photographing what we have come in, photographing things that we love, and then we will create videos and live streams and talk to you guys about all those things. So if you ever see something that's in photos that we have not gone over on a live stream yet and you want us to because you have questions, just holler at us and let us know. We also have short form videos on here in plethora, in a plenty. You can see there's over 2,200 some odd videos on here for posts. These are all short videos on products that we have tried, given our notes on, seen how we liked it. And most of them are under 30 seconds now. We do have a lot that are well under the 2-minute mark as well. So short form videos are more your thing. You can go and scroll through these. And then of course you can always see our past and upcoming live streams from this same exact screen as well. So that's the storefront. Now we're gonna head back over to live. Say hi, Joe.
Hello.
Hello. So today Joe and I are gonna be doing a stream. Last week we did back to school. We are still in the back to school mode, just so you guys know, but today we're gonna talk about one of the hardest parts of going to school, which is getting out the door. It is hard. It is hard to get out the door. If you are the parent or guardian that has to work on getting children out the door in the morning, you know exactly what I'm talking about because it can be like pulling teeth. This year is going to be Joe's first year of working with children, getting them out the door in the morning because he's going to be helping with that, right, Joe?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is also a stream for Joe to learn, just so that you guys know. Joe, will you stand up and show everyone your shirt?
Yeah.
We got Joe this nice t-shirt.
Stop staring at my six-pack.
Stop staring at his 6-pack of donuts. My suggestion to everyone is make sure that you have something easy to throw on getting out that door, whether it be a t-shirt like Joe's, whether it be a dress that you don't have to think about matching tops and bottoms, whatever it happens to be, make sure that you have something quick to go on and go out the door because while you think that you're going to get up and get ready, you're probably not every day, just so that you know. All right, we're going to go through the first item and Joe is going to show you guys this one. This is to read to your children leading up to school to get them excited about going to school. Joe, show us more about it.
It's the Go Get 'em Tiger book. No matter what you choose to be, you'll be terrific. It's kind of the theme of the book. We are going to go and do it for, the kids like reading stories at night, so it's going to show you some of the pages and illustrations. We're going to be going through this tonight. This is a brand new book, so they'll be excited about that. Lots of bright colors. Our little one in particular loves bright colors and storybooks, so yes. I think she'll be pretty excited about this one.
I think she will be too. Amazon creator, so I'm an Amazon A-lister, and we are all doing kind of like this back to school theme, and I actually saw this book on another creator's basket that they made for their kids, and it's their first time ever going to school. And they're not excited about it. They don't want to go. They don't want to leave mommy. And so they were trying to find things to help their kid like get out the door. Now, for us, fingers crossed, in previous years, we have not had that problem with R2. My oldest is like, friends, and she goes. However, she's going to a new school this year, so it's a little uncomfortable, right? So we are trying to make sure that she's ready to go get them, Tiger. My youngest is also like, whatever, see you later. But we'll see how this year goes, especially because she's going to school on her own this year without sister.
Nope.
I have it. I'm
Yeah.
right. I was right the first time. I do have it. I'm going to go over this first item with you. This is the Hatch Restore. Now, I think that this is a great product for kids or adults that are like me. Not like Joe. Joe hears the first alarm of whatever it happens to be. It could be a radio station. The moment it starts going off, Joe is up and he's ready to go. Me, however, I will sleep through an alarm. I will hit an alarm 20,000 times. I am not interested in waking up. It's not going to happen. Yes, so someone says I desperately need help. Yes. And I'm sorry that I can't see your name because it's covered by my top section. Does it tell you?
Yes.
Elizabeth, you're like me. You need help, right? So this is the Restore. It says it's a better rest starts here. So it says that this helps you build a personal bedtime routine with sleep sounds, a reading light, a sunrise alarm, and it's meant to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and then gently start waking you up. So I tried this guy out. He's right here. Just so you guys know, I had to unplug him, so I might have to work him once I get him back upstairs and plug him back in. But this is how big it is, just so that you guys can see. It does have kind of like the speaker on the back. There's controls on the bottom. Top is where you hit to kind of snooze or turn it off. And then the back also has like the alarm time, alarm on, off, things like that. This front white portion is the one that does this sunrise effect that it's talking about on here. I had this set. I don't know if you heard it this morning or not. I woke up around 7. I had this set for 7:30 in the morning, and it was red. The whole thing was red at 7, kind of like, oh, we're getting ready to start turning, right? So I think what this does is it changes the light the closer it gets to your alarm to kind of start stimulating you to slowly start waking up. You can customize your routine at night. So at night, you hit the top of this, and if you want to say, hey, I can only read or be on my phone or talk to my spouse or whatever I'm doing for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I need something that tells me like, hey, okay, it's time to end that, it's time to start going to sleep. So this is what you push for that, right? And it'll start that system. So after about 20 minutes, because I put 20 minutes read time because Joe likes to read articles and things like that as he's going to sleep. Then it starts playing whatever sound I pick out. So I picked, I think, the rain, like the rain sound to let me know, like, okay, it's time to start winding down. They have a content library. They have sleep sounds, and then they also have the sunrise alarm. I think I picked wind chimes. Maybe I picked birds. I can't remember. I either picked birds or wind chimes to start waking up to, just because I felt like that, okay, that's a slow wake up that I'm going to get out of this. So here's what it'll look like on your app, because this does sync to an app. Wind down, relax, sleep, and then you do your sunrise alarm. I have it, you can set it on the app for certain days. So if you need to wake up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at one time, and then Thursday, Friday at a different time, you could set that as well. So I grabbed this. This is an Amazon collaboration that I'm doing with Hatch. And I'm pretty excited for this. I can't wait to see if it actually makes me wake up on time this year, because I am horrible at that. I'm absolutely horrible. I don't know what you mean, Elizabeth. I don't know what that purchases made in. I don't know what that means. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to be going over is a sponsored item. I am doing a campaign with them right now, and I'm really excited to be doing it because I feel like this is something that, again, both adults and children could use. I've been looking for a long time. If you guys have been following me on social media, I've been looking for a toothbrush that in an app tells me where I brushed in my mouth, for how long, did I brush morning and evening like I'm supposed to, It is rechargeable, so the charge on this can last up to 90 days, and that's brushing 2 minutes 2 times a day in the morning and afternoon. So I can travel with this guy. This fits onto my mirror, and it's a restickable thing. So I can stick this up on my mirror. I can pull my toothbrush out. I can turn it on so you guys can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. There we go. It is an electric toothbrush, and it has a magnetic charger on the bottom. The reason that I say this is also great for kids, you can put it up on their mirror, and then you can open an app and say, hey, did you brush your teeth this morning? And you know if they're lying to you or not, because it already tells you on the app if they brush their teeth or not. And you can see, are they brushing their teeth morning and night like they're supposed to be, and then even show it to them. My kids are like the kids that you have to like say, hey, I can go look at a camera and see if you're telling me the truth or not, and then their story immediately changes. So I feel like for these with Quip, you could easily say, hey, did you brush your teeth this morning? Do I need to go open the app and look? And if they didn't, they're going to head right back to their room and go brush their teeth. So I think that this is great for everyone. And I also like that I can actually travel with this one. The last time we went on a trip, I took my electric toothbrush and it died on me on day 3 because I didn't bring the charge port for it. This one, I mean, unless I'm going to be somewhere longer than 3 months, is going to be my winner. So, okay, here we go. We are also going to go over the Quip cordless water flosser. This is the one that I requested from them. It is kind of like a rose gold color. It is also cordless, and it has, I don't want to spill, a magnetic charger on the bottom. So this is also rechargeable. You can press this and it'll start having the water come out. You will want to keep your mouth closed around it. You can change the level of which it's coming out as well as you're using it. And I have found that this one works better than other ones that I've had in the past, like that have like a cord to it and a whole tank. I basically use almost this entire side each time I'm using the water flosser on top and bottom. So then the water is not just sitting in there getting kind of ucky before you use it again. That's another reason why I really like this from Quip. And again, together, you can put these on an app and it will show you like, hey, okay, you brushed your teeth, 30 seconds on top and 50 seconds on bottom. Make sure you're brushing longer on the top. And then you can also log that you did your flosser so that you're logging floss. They have other products as well, but these are the 2 that I grabbed for my campaign with them. And I really, really, really like them. Okay, the next thing I'm going to go over is if you are having trouble getting kids to brush their teeth in general, this is a watermelon toothpaste and a mango toothpaste. These are brand new. I got these for the school year. We don't really have a problem getting our kids to brush their teeth. However, I wanted to try these out and see if this made them want to do it even more, basically. I also like the style that this is because it's a quick pump instead of a squeeze. So I'm going to see if this helps less mess upstairs as well, because something that's going to hold you up getting out the door is if you walk in and they were just brushing their teeth and there's toothpaste everywhere. So that's not going to help you, okay? So these I do show are 8% off on my end right now. So when you guys open up the listing page, you can check that out. Joe is going to start going over some of the products over on his side in just a second. One thing that I do want to point out, especially if you have girls, this is all I have left of over 120 hair ties. And this is even like taking hair ties and putting them back down in here after we've used them lately, because I've been trying to keep up with them. One thing that's just going to help you get out of the door is to just have a whole bunch of hair ties that you can pick from quickly, because hair ties disappear. They disappear at school. They disappear in the car. You don't know where they disappeared. It's like a Houdini act. Make sure that you're getting plenty of hair ties. All right, Joe, you're going to go over the next few items because this is the routine Joe's going to be doing in the morning.
So whether it's morning or before bed, I'm usually using the items in this station. It's the Story Clear Plastic 6 compartment vanity. Well, we don't use it as a vanity for makeup, but what we do use it for is all the kids' kind of stuff they have on their sink to keep it organized. The first thing I'm going to go over is the Genuine Fred, Shark's Tooth, and Bonehead folding comb brushes. which is kind of cool. Like even if you don't have a chance to finish brushing their hair before you're leaving, you can take this, and it has both the fine comb and then the brush as well on the top side. So these are pretty cool. My oldest loves dinosaurs, so she's got the dinosaur one. My youngest likes sharks as well, so she's got the shark one.
I want to answer Arthur really quickly.
Sure.
He says, do you think it's the taste of the toothpaste that the kids don't like, or just the fact that you're telling them to do it? I don't like taking the trash out because I'm just lazy. So when I was talking about the toothpaste, we actually don't have a problem typically with our kids brushing their teeth. They like brushing their teeth on their own. However,
just get them to do it thoroughly enough.
Right. It's getting them to do it thoroughly enough. They've tried all kinds of different flavors of toothpaste, honestly, but they've all been in a tube. And I feel like the tube is where we get a little bit in trouble, because they're squeezing and squeezing and then it just gets everywhere. So the reason that I wanted to try these, one, because they're all over social media, but two, because it's a kind of push top, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's going to be a little less messy. So it's not necessarily getting them to do it all the time. Now, I will say there are times that we ask them at night, hey, did you brush your teeth? And they'll tell us yes, just because they don't want to do it. So that's the answer to your question. All right, go, Joe.
All right, the next thing is the So Cozy Kids Boo Spray is what we call it.
I didn't click on the things you were doing. Okay, you did the shark tooth, right?
We did the shark tooth. We did the bonehead.
Did you show them the organizer?
I showed them the organizer.
Okay, you're moving faster than me, bud. Okay, so there's the organizer, there's the shark tooth, and now he's on the Boo Spray.
The Boo Spray from So Cozy Kids. So this is a natural spray, tea tree oil, rosemary, and peppermint oil. So it smells actually pretty good. Last thing any parent wants to have happen is a kid come home with lice. So this is something that you can easily spray into your kid's hair right as you're going out the door. In fact, Jen has one of these in her car in case we forget. But we also have one in their bathroom to hopefully do it as they're combing their hair in the morning. And they know they need to have this in their hair too, so they'll ask if they don't have it.
We call it bug spray.
Yeah, we call it bug spray. Then over here, I mean, our youngest has more straight hair, but it's starting to get more curly as she gets older, and our oldest just has curly hair.
But let's talk about that. The reason this brush is important, though, is because this is for fine or straight hair with knots.
I'm getting to that.
Okay,
You're
go ahead.
not let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
But what I was going to say, both of those kids, despite their different hairs, have a horrible problem of rolling as they sleep over and over and over. So it doesn't matter how much I've brushed their hair after a bath at night when they go to bed. When they wake up in the morning, it looks like a bird's nest. So this Frida Baby Fine or Straight Hair Detangling Brush is one of the brushes we can use to get those knots out, and it doesn't yank on their hair so much, so they tend to like that a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I also have one of the Disney wet brushes. We have Ariel, which I think is what Jen has tagged, but and we have probably 3 or 4 other Disney princesses on top of the one I have here, which is the Moana one. So we use this after they get out of the bath. It works pretty well in their hair, so they like it. And of course, they want to make sure they're using their own Disney princess, so each one has their own. We've had them for a while. I think since our oldest was probably like 1 or 2 years old, we've been using these, and every year they seem to want to get a different one. But yeah, we have quite a collection.
It's more than every year that they want to get a different one. Every time they go get a haircut, and will you hold up the bone one more time?
Sure.
Because I didn't click on that one. I want to make sure that we do. Okay, so for my kids, the bone and the shark are combs that when they have kind of wet hair that we just wash and it's really easy to get through it, they love using those. The wet brush specifically that Joe was showing that I have tagged right now, every hairstylist, I even have wet brushes. I have wet combs and brushes because we have longer hair that knots and can get kinky, as Joe was saying, and knots the easiest brush to get through it. Yep. It just so happens that they also have all kinds of fun characters. And I'm not just talking about Disney princesses. When you guys open this listing, you will see that the wet brushes have all like Spider-Man and Superman and whoever else. It's just a brush that makes it less of a fight with your kids because it's not hurting them as much and it's easier to glide through.
And they like their Disney characters.
They do. The other brush that Joe has over there, it's actually out of stock right now, so
Okay.
we can't discuss that one because you guys can't grab it anyway. All right, the next ones that we're going to go over, I'm going to talk a little bit about, Joe's talking about, hey, when they're asleep, they're rolling all around and they're doing all kinds of stuff. One thing that you can do to try to kind of mitigate that a little bit is to get the Kitsch. These are Kitsch Satin Pillow Soft, or super, super soft rollers. And these ones are really more for shorter hair because you're going to roll the hair and then you're going to snap it together. And then you basically keep rolling and you make a chain out of these kind of around their head basically. That way when they wake up, you just unsnap them all, pull them all out, and then they have some ringlet curls to work with instead of like a hot mess of rat's nest that we typically have. So Kitsch makes these in the smaller ones. They also have larger ones that I'll show in just a second as well. If it's going to be like picture day, or just something like, I don't know, they're doing an egg hunt or something at school and I don't want their hair to look just frizzy and fried and gross, then I'll have them wear something like this at night just so that we can get up and get out the door. Because if you're someone who their child likes to have their hair done in the morning and they want to have curls and things, you're not always going to have time to do that for them. So grab some of these. Even if you have a son that has longer hair and it's naturally curly and you want it to stay naturally curly and not all messed up, you could use this on them too, honestly, and it would help. The other thing that I do want to point out about things like this when you're using it is the product to use with it. And let me find it. There it is. So this is the Eva NYC. It's called Satin Dream. It's a smoothing leave-in cream. I really like this because if you're looking for like kind of your curls to stay soft and not kind of like frizzy. So Joe was just talking about how the girls like roll all around and they've got a rat's nest, right? Even if you put these in their hair, they're still going to be rolling all around. It's still going to create some friction. And if you don't have a satin pillowcase with them, with these satin pillow type curlers, there's going to be some friction that builds and then it's going to get frizzy. This helps keep that from happening with that frizz and helps everything stay smooth. It does not have an overpowering smell or scent. It's not sticky. It doesn't make your hair hard. It really is. It keeps everything super, super soft and light, and it doesn't weigh down your hair. So that is what I use with myself and the kids. I also do this as well. I have the longer ones. Joe can attest that I use these often. He thinks that I'm crazy when I go to bed and I have my hair completely wrapped in this. This is their special edition Kitsch's Barbie rollers. All you do is you kind of put this across your head. I typically will clip it right in the top and then I wrap my hair around the sides and use their scrunchies in here. So I use these as well to get up and get out the door with this cream as well as the kids, because I can just wake up, pull this out of my hair. It looks like I've curled my hair. It looks like I'm done. I'm ready to go and I can walk out the door, because the last thing that I need is for my kids to be late to school because I'm doing my hair. Like that's not okay, right? So I don't want to be that mom. Another thing that I do think is good to have, we are Stasher bag fans. We have been Stasher bag fans for a long time. These are reusable, like food grade silicone snap bags. You can freeze these, you can cook in these. You can see I have my pens in these. We love all of these, and these specifically have like a little carabiner on it so that you could put things like, I don't know, the snacks that they're going to take in the car for the day. Just have this loaded, hooked onto their bag so that they know that these are their snacks for the morning. I also wanted to go over my Papermate Ink Joys. I love, love, love these Ink Joys. I use these on everything. I know that it's, I put everything in a different color. So I'm a full-time content creator. If I'm doing something for Like to Know It, I'm doing it in purple. If I'm doing something for Amazon, I'm doing it in blue. So each one of my social media platforms has a different color that I'm writing on my content calendar as to what I'm doing or what's needed. and I keep them all in here. And these are on deal at the time of my live stream for these pens. They are hands down my favorite pens. I absolutely love them. And if you're, writing notes back and forth to the teacher and you want them to pay attention to it, do it in color. All right, Joe's going to go over some of the next things that you don't think that you need for school, but I'm telling you, it's best to go ahead and get these things now so that you're not having to run to the store later. It's not going to be on your school list, but you need them.
Oh, our kids love construction paper, whether it's coloring on the different colors to things. Right here we have the Crayola construction paper. It's a 240 count pack of 12 different colors. As you can tell, it's been opened already.
Who opened it?
I don't know.
That's brand new. Oh my gosh.
But they love it. They will go through all kinds of paper. They ask us almost daily, have asked us almost daily the entire summer, what are we going to be working with next? Can we color? So we always have a ream of that on hand.
And the other thing that I want to tell you about that is teachers are going to assign things. They're going to assign things that you're not going to know about till last minute because your kids aren't going to tell you, or you're going to miss a communication, and then you're going to need to build some kind of poster, and you're going to be running around trying to find this stuff. And when that happens, if I feel like where we live, all of the teachers assign projects like this at the same time, and then you're going to get to the store, they're not going to have it. You're going to get on Amazon, it's going to be sold out. So get it now and just have it. Okay, that's my spiel.
The next few products are from the Butler. So the first on the bottom, if you want to put pens or brushes or crayons or whatever else, it's got a Velcro back, and it's a little bit lower on the back so that it's not choking the kids when you have it connected. It is waterproof, very easy to clean. Like I said, we don't use it for just painting and craft activities. Both of our kids are messy eaters, very messy eaters. So we actually, whenever they have clothes that are other than kind of knock around clothes on, we make them wear these just because they're probably going to spill it on themselves more often than not. And it just takes a wet wipe or a wet paper towel to clean it, and you're good to go. So
the other thing about those though, so in the morning, if you're rushing out the door and your kids are let's say they're in their picture day outfit, but they've not eaten breakfast, and you know that you need to get something in them, right? But you're like, oh my gosh, I can't feed them because they're going to mess up this outfit. I leave 2 of these in my vehicle as well, because if they're eating in the car and I don't want them getting all kind of messed up and messy, then they have to put this on in the car while they're eating. The other use of this in a vehicle, if you have a potty training child that all of a sudden just wet their whole car seat, and you're not really in a place to be able to, take the whole car seat apart, or you have nothing to lay down, you can put this underneath them in the car seat because it's waterproof to sit on with whatever you've changed them into so that they're not just sitting in wet. So these have like multiple uses for us. I also recommend those heavily. I have one right back here as well. They have multiple colors, just so that you know. I recommend these to parents who also are sending kids to like out school, because if they're going to go play in the mud and all kinds of things, this will really help kind of keep them less muddy for when you're putting them in the car. And then you can also take it off of them and have them sit on the muddy part in the car as you drive home. All right, go Joe.
Right, this is the Butler silicone art mat. So I'm going to go over a few things. It does have kind of this pop-up cup that does have a magnet on the bottom, so it will stick in place there like that. You can pop it out for rinsing it out. It does have a grooved bottom, so if they, it's filled with water and they're trying to clean their paintbrushes, it's got a grooved bottom to help clean that up. And it folds right back down, pushes right back down. It does have a couple of different areas to put paint or water mixtures in it. One's shaped like a flower, the other's just kind of like a standard art palette. Over here it's got a place to lay your brushes down, or depending on the size of the brush, you can put them standing up in the little holder here. It does have a ruler, 15 inches across one going up and down, and then 19 inches going across the bottom. So if they are using it for projects where they need to cut things out or measure things, they do have that built into this as well. On top of it being used just for arts and crafts, like I said, our kids are messy eaters. So at some of the tables that we have set up for them, we'll put an art mat down so that they can, eat on top of the art mat And for the same reason you'd use it for arts and crafts, it's very easy to clean. I use a wet wipe and most of the material will come off. You don't even have to use soap and water. You can just use a wet wipe or a wet paper towel. We use it for food. And, you know, they can spill anything they want on it. It'll come off and get cleaned shortly thereafter. So it's a great product. We love using it. You know, I can't say enough about it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I keep up with everything on my phone, and it keeps closing.
I know, my tablet keeps closing. So along with this as well, so Joe's talking about how we use it for food. So the reason I put this on, like, to help you get out the door for school is because if your kids are sitting at the table and let's say one is working on gluing a worksheet together that they were supposed to do for homework the night before, and then the other one's eating breakfast, and you have to run, go, you know, get your shoes or whatever, and you come back. If they've messed up or they've made a spill, you're not really that concerned about getting it up right then to get out the door if it's been spilled on one of these. Because you can just leave it, because it's a food grade silicone. Yep. You can leave it, come back home, rinse it off, get it up later, and then the glue gets all over the mat instead of your table or your tablecloth or your placemat or whatever happens to be there. These have just been really great for us because even they were painting with some paint sticks the other day. I could take a wet wipe and just wipe it right up and I was good to go. So I absolutely love these, especially during school time, because I don't really care if they go and spill their entire thing of cereal and there's milk everywhere, as long as it's on the mat and it's not all over my table. Okay. Right. Next item, Joe.
Also from the Butler is the water bottle bumper. So these are kind of cool. If you have, yeah, she's got one on hers. But them on their kind of, again, Disney water bottle things that they have, the metal water bottles, the insulated water bottles, because
they fit on all kinds of cups. They fit on a lot of cups.
And they tend to drop them, so you won't hear as loud of a clang. It'll hit the silicone, and then it's really nice. Like when you're putting them on a table, you're not going to hear a loud clang anymore. Plus, it grips the surface a bit better.
Yeah.
Especially with kids, you know, they might push something on there and it slides across the table. This sticks pretty well. You know, so if you have a wooden table or you know, granite countertop, it's going to stick to that when you put it down. It's not going to slide as they place it down. The kids love them. They love the different colors, whether it's sparkly or different like shades of colors, tie-dye. So the kids really love them too, and they ask to have them because I've washed their bottles before and forgot to put it back on, and I do hear about it.
Somebody wants to know, are they supposed to send Joe a six-pack? No. Hey, stand up, Joe. I think they missed your shirt in the beginning. We told everyone to make sure that they have comfy t-shirts to wear for school drop-off. And Joe, this was his comfy t-shirt that he picked to show today. Please don't stare at my six-pack of donuts. But yeah, if you want to send if you want to send him the six-pack of donuts, try and refresh, because I'm not showing that we're frozen on our side. So it might be your if you're in mobile or browser, I'm not sure, you might need to just refresh.
Yeah, and I'm checking it on mine. It looks like it's working over here.
Yeah, I see us over here too.
Yeah.
So for this as well, the reason that I like these as a mom, one, because it doesn't make this metal clank in the car when I'm driving. This holds everything still, including the kids' cups in the backs. It also does fit into a standard cup holder in a car. We also just got a new puppy. So if I have the puppy in the car with me and he needs water, I can simply take this off, pour some water in here, and let him have some water or whatever he's needing. I have also used this in my car for the kids when they're eating. So they might have their Butler bib on, but let's say we have Chick-fil-A sauce and chicken nuggets down in here. They're keeping it all in here. The sauce is all in here. If the sauce spills, it goes in here, which is also food grade silicone, and it's easy to rinse it out. The other thing they will do, they will go put those little mini Oreos in here or Cheerios or whatever. They will eat their stuff, and then when they're ready to get out of school, they simply just place it on the bottom of their water bottle that they're taking in. So this has multiple uses. We like them. We have them in tons of colors because they do offer like glittery ones, solid colored ones, tie-dye ones, all that jazz. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next item, and that's going to be me. So this is another item that I got that I think is just to help you get out the door. These are reusable cold, reusable eye gel mask for underneath your eyes. So if you were up late at night and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't go anywhere and be seen with those underneath my eyes, you could use these very quickly. I also think that this is going to be probably used by my children if we get some kind of boo-boo. My youngest fell up the stairs the other day and then had
you
a
heard
giant
that right. Up the stairs.
and had a giant knot on her head. It was very dramatic. If that would have happened while we were trying to get out the door, we would never be out the door. So I could grab something like this very quickly, let her put it on that boo-boo on her little head right there, and then it's cold and she can leave it there until we get to school. This also shows at the time of my live stream that there is a % off on it, just so that you guys know, and I'm excited for these. Another kind of mom thing is to get out the door is if you're like me, you guys can see I get my hair done. You can see I have these roots right here. If you are in between getting your hair done and you really don't want to go be seen at the PTA meeting with all your dark roots, this is a spray by Style Edit. It is a root concealer for instant touch-up for dark roots. They make these in multiple different colors. If you're not sure about which color to get, I do have videos in my storefront showing the different colors for blondes specifically. They also have a powder as well. So for the Style Edit spray, you kind of treat this almost like a dry shampoo, but you're going to make sure that you're holding it away as you're spraying, and it's really just going to kind of cover up all this dark right here. I don't really mind it so much because I tell them to balayage my hair, so I'm supposed to have darker roots. But when it does bother me is when I have the headband on and then I just barely have dark roots here, and then behind the headband's a different color. That's when I use these because I'm just picky and I don't like the way that that looks. So Style Edit if you're like trying to get those roots. They have brunettes. They also have for redheads. They have all kinds of stuff. Another thing that's going to help you get out the door. You're going to be, if you are driving your kids to school, you're going to be in a car line most likely. I don't know how long your car line is going to be. Some car lines are much, much longer than others. This is going to help you, especially if you're getting out the door to go pick up your kids. Because I plan on getting there early, and then I'm just going to sit there and work a little bit waiting on my kid because I don't really know how long the car line is going to be because it's a new school. I don't really know the process yet. So this hooks to your steering wheel. Obviously, don't put it on while you're driving, guys. While you're sitting in car line and you're just sitting and you're in park and you're waiting, it has a cup holder. So let's say I'm trying to hurry up and eat lunch because I forgot. I can sit here and eat lunch. There's somewhere to put my iPad or my phone right here, and then I can put my keyboard or anything right here so that I can just kind of sit and do work while I'm waiting for my kids to come out. And this isn't just for school. This is if you're sitting waiting on them to get out of soccer practice. You know, wherever you're having to just kind of sit and wait on somebody, or you're just sitting in a car for a while and you're like, man, I wish I had somewhere to put my laptop or somewhere to put my phone and a keyboard so I could do this faster instead of trying to do this all on my phone. This is great. And it's also, if you guys can hear, it's like I think this is plastic. It's easy to clean. Super, super, super easy to clean. So I think that this is like, hey, this is going to help you get out the door because it's going to help you in car line to do your work still. I'm a full-time content creator. I'm constantly working. So I don't put it on. Yes, somebody says, yeah, don't put it on while I'm driving. I've never seen something like that. That's cool. I spend a lot of time sitting, waiting in the car. Most parents do. Like if you have kids in school that you're having to go sit and wait on them somewhere. I even have to sit and wait on in gymnastics sometimes, especially if I have the dog with me. I'm having to sit in the car with the dog anyway while they're doing whatever. So this is easy way to get work done too, I'm telling you. Okay, the next item I'm going to go over, a lot of people have made fun of me online because they're like, hey, why don't you just get this kind of cup instead? I'm like, no, it doesn't have a locking lid. This is what I call my mom cup. It locks on the lid. Now, I normally have a straw in here that just I push down in there, and today I don't because I grabbed something quickly, so I'm going to set it over here. When I'm saying it has a locking lid, this is what I mean. You push it over, snap it in, and then on here it tells you if it's unlocked or locked. Right now it's obviously unlocked, so I'm going to lock it. Okay, the lid is locked. This whole thing screws on. This is full of water. You guys hear it? It's full of water. Okay. Did I just have water dump out at me? No, I didn't. If this was full of my coffee, my hot coffee in the morning, I'm having to chase my kid through the parking lot because she's running in because she's excited for school, I would have coffee spilling all over me. Not in this cup, I don't. Not in my BrüMates, I don't. They also fit with the Butler silicone that I was telling you guys about that I can just easily peel off, give the dog some water, put a snack in it for my kids if I don't have a snack cup, and then put it back on. It also keeps, because these are the kind of aluminum that keeps everything cooler longer, this rattles in the car when you're driving. You hear, and it's annoying. This bumper keeps that from doing that. So this is my like mom thing. A BrüMate with a handle, a locking lid, and then I have my Butler on the bottom. It's definitely what I want. Okay, people said I bought one like that and it was hard to put on the steering wheel. Really? Mine is like this one. Mine's actually, so look at the measurements. If you have like a big SUV or big truck or things like that, maybe it doesn't fit. But I have just a standard, smaller SUV and it fits great. I'm going to set this back here so that I don't knock it over by accident. If you guys are smaller cup coffee people, this is the one that I recommend for you from BrüMate. It still has the locking lid on it, but it also is called a 3-in-1. Because let's say you just want to grab a canned drink. Let's say you wake up and you're like, man, I really could just use a soda instead of a coffee for that quick caffeine. This has, you screw this to keep the can in there, but down in the bottom, it has a little cooler. You get this out of the freezer, you put this down in here, you can set the can right on top and then screw the lid on and it keeps your drink cold. And especially during the winter months, then your hand is not cold because you've got it in this. But if you want a hot drink, so that's a 3-in-1, you can put your coffee, your tea, your matcha, whatever you're drinking in there, screw the lid on so that your kids can't pop it off, and then it still has the locking lid. So if you're running across the parking lot, your matcha's not going all over you because it's locked down in here. To unlock it, it also has this magnetic piece right here that goes over here when you flip it open, so that when you're drinking, this part doesn't come back and like smack you in the face, because that's really annoying when they do that. Okay, the other thing that's going to help you get out the door, in my opinion, especially as a content creator, let's say you forgot to charge your phone. You forgot to charge your phone last night. You can't leave the house without your phone. You can grab one of these. I got the Pepsi one because I thought it was really cute. They make them in other ones as well. But if you have the MagSafe phone cases, this just right on the back of your phone. And then you hit this button right down here. And this is a portable charger that you can take with you. So I grab this all the time. I was actually having trouble finding it the other day because I had thrown it in a different bag that I typically use. Okay. The next item, I'm going to let you hold this up so that you can come back on screen because I see he's over there like bored.
That's fine.
So these are the pluggables. So when I was talking about having this in front of me and then having a keyboard to work from, I told you guys this holds a tablet, it holds a phone, whatever, right down in this groove. And then I can put my keyboard right here. So if I have my phone with me, I have it charging, I have my pluggable keyboard. This unfolds, it Bluetooths directly into, and this, if you don't have that tray, for instance, this also works as a stand that you can set your tablet or phone right there. The case does. I can fold out my keyboard and I can sit there and answer all the 20,000 emails that I get that I need to do a response to. Doing a response on a phone is really, really hard. So I like to have the keyboard. Lets her off in the car, then zooms out of there. I never see her running across. Do I know them? I don't think I know Danny. Are you saying you never see your daughter running across the parking lot? So I think it depends on what your school is. So our school last year, we had to take our kids in. We had to park and we have to take our kids in physically. And my youngest will run across the parking lot and you're kind of running after her because she might get hit by a car, because you have to walk them to the door where they're going to go in and wait for the teacher to come and collect them and then take them in. Some parents have the line where they just get them directly out of the car, which is awesome. but our previous school did not. You have to get out and physically walk them in. And yeah, my youngest, she almost got hit by multiple cars in the parking lot because she's just like, no, I'm going. I see my teacher. I'm gone. And she's not even looking. So that's for that. The other thing that's going to help you get out the door, so let's say you are doing a lot of work, working right now on this right now with you guys. This is how I'm seeing what you're chatting. You can grab any of the kind of the Apple products for iPads. The very next item I'm going to go over is for the iPad. This is a type case. So let's say you don't really like the keyboard and phone idea. You're more of a tablet person, but you're like, gosh, I don't want to have all that stuff. This type case, it's an actual case. You just do it like this, and then you can fold this up. Let me do it right, so that it's more like a laptop. Or you can do it like I had it before and fold it down so that it's just the case for the actual iPad. These are also really great to have to work with on the go in general. The next item that I'm going to go over is more for, I guess, nighttime, or if your kids are having to wear things like Invisalign to school, making sure that they have a retainer that's clean, because that's going to hold you up from getting out the door. This is from Fresh Night. It's a UV retainer case. And so you just charge this and you throw, I wear a night guard to help me from grinding my teeth. And so for this, you have this guy, you put it down in here. Let me pop it open. You'll turn it on and there's UV light down in here that's going to clean the entire retainer. So I wanted one of these for myself, but obviously if you guys have kids with retainers that are needing to wear those to school, there you go. All right, these next few items, and I know Joe's getting bored over there.
I'm not getting bored. I'm trying to check the chat. And
he's trying to help me.
All the likes on there right now.
Okay, so we've got likes. We've got people asking, does Joe need a 6-pack of donuts, like his shirt says? I bought one like that. So how much? I'm not, Ben, I don't know what you were asking the price on, but anything that we're talking about, down below, it's either going to be down below where you're looking based on what platform, if you're on mobile or if you're on desktop, or it could be beside us. But you should see something that says shop. You can click on that, and everything we're talking about is featured down below. You can click on it, open it, and then it'll tell you how much it is, because someone's asking how much it was. All right, some things to help get out of the house, because these are all makeup items that, in my opinion, are very quick and easy. They're good for travel. They're good for like rushing to get out of the house. It's just quick, and then you look like you spent time on it. The Kosas concealer is one of the best concealers that I've used in a long, long time. So where we were talking earlier about having dark circles under your eyes, you might need this concealer after you do those to kind of depuff and get the dark circles gone to cover that up. I also personally love the Kosas. This is the Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. It also has an SPF for it. It's very, very easy to put on. It takes just a couple of seconds to get it all over your face, and then you're out the door. I also really like their brow. It's a wand. So this is a brow, they have brow, different tinted gels. It's really hard to mess this up. I mean, you would have to like go up your face or something to mess this up. It's not like a brow pencil where you have to be very exact, or the pens where you have to do exact strokes. This brow right here is very, very simple. You can just quickly go through, and it's not going to look like, oh gosh, you didn't know what you're doing this morning, did you? These are wonderful. I also really like, let's say you're in a pinch and you just got to leave. You don't have time for this stuff. If you do, I have found, if you do mascara that really gives you good lashes very quickly, and then you go through, take their cream blush, put a little bit of blush on your face, just real quick like, and this is like, I just dip my finger in it and rub it in. You guys can see it on either side. It has great color to it. And then you go and you put a lipstick on. So these 3 things, and that's it. People don't realize that you're not completely made up. They don't. They think that, oh, okay, she got ready this morning. And really all you did was these 3 things. It's the quickest way. Sorry. I love the way this feels on my lips. It's the quickest way to get out the door. And I love all of Kosa's makeup. I've used it for years. All right, Joe, now it's your turn.
So we got 2 things. We got the That's It. These are the mini fruit bars. So they come in a couple of different varieties. Here I have the apple and blueberry and the apple and strawberry, but they also have apple and banana, and I'm probably missing one. But they have a couple of different ones that the kids love. I like eating these too. I know Jen does as well. So we always have a bin filled with these kind of snacks because it's easy to pick them up and just take them with you. Or, if you have certain requirements in lunches, this will count as a fruit. So you can toss that in because it is actual fruit.
It is fruit. And yes, it does count in lunch boxes as fruit. So these are like something that we stock up on. All right, the other one is also actual fruit.
This is the pure organic fruit bars. So
this tastes really good, actually.
Once our little one loved these, loves these. So I have the strawberry banana and the pineapple passion fruit here. I will wake up to her holding one of these in front of my face, asking her to open one for her, or she'll eat one when she gets home from school, or want one for a snack after she's eaten dinner or after she's eaten lunch. They taste really good as well. I think she loves these the best. So if you have, a toddler, or even if you like fruit snacks yourself, these are also fruit, real fruit. They love them. And they can't get enough of them. What do we go through? We could go through during school boxes and boxes of these. We'll buy a box, and then they just get them like vultures and just start going through all of them. So can't say enough about them. The kids love them. If you have picky eaters, I don't think they'll be picky about these.
No, they're not. So Joe, Arthur wants to know from you, because the makeup obviously is not for the dads.
Yeah.
He says, what is good for a single dad trying to get their kiddo out the door and still look cute? Joe and I draw the line at mascara. A new wife is not an option because he's still paying for the last one. Arthur, I'm telling you. So we have a lot of dads that drop off at our youngest school. Yep. And we were surprised because we moved here about a year ago. And I was used to always just seeing all moms where we lived before. And then all of a sudden I came here and I told Joseph, there's a lot of dads dropping off. Honestly, most of them are in gym clothes. They're in t-shirts, like Joe's t-shirt that I have tagged right here, like a funny little, hey, get some attention t-shirt. Please don't stare at my 6-pack of donuts. But most of them are in gym clothes, and they're just kind of like putting a ball hat on, or their sunglasses. A lot of them are just in sunglasses. They keep the sunglasses on, and they look like they just rolled out of bed. So I don't think you have to try to look cute to get out the door. I think there's a lot of moms when I drop off that are completely made up. I mean, they look like they woke up at 5 a.m. to do their hair.
Was he asking for himself to look cute, or the kiddos to still look cute?
Well, and that's true. Are you looking for yourself as a single dad to look cute? Or are you looking for, how do I get the kids out the door still looking cute? So let us know. But yeah, I think a lot of those women are also dropping off and then going to work. Whereas I'm usually in something like this, or I'll put on one of my Lily dresses that's quick to just throw on, tie my hair up, and then go. But if I'm having to go in to a meeting or something like that, or meet the teacher or PTA or something like that, I want to at least look like I tried, right? I don't want to go in completely out of there. Okay, so cute. So cute for a dad is a whole nother level than cute for a woman. I mean, a lot of them are in gym clothes too. Because I told Joe, I said, I think a lot of these women are dropping off and going to the gym or tennis. I know one of our friends, she's always going to tennis. So I think it's just your own personal style.
Yep.
Right? It's your own personal style. There's a lot on Amazon. To shop style. So as far as anything that we have gone over, if anyone has questions on anything that we have gone over whatsoever, we are more than happy to circle back to them, especially if you missed the beginning of the stream. We're more than happy to circle back to those things. I think out of my stream, I have 2 favorites. I have the Hatch Restore because I'm excited to see if this is actually going to make me wake up and wake up better, I guess, because Joe will tell you I'm a nightmare trying to wake me up. It's not fun. It's not good. And then my next favorite from today's stream is the Quip toothbrush, just because I feel like now I can look and see, did my kids brush their teeth? Did I brush my teeth as long as I was supposed to? Did I get everywhere in my mouth that I was supposed to? And it stays charged for 90 days. What was your favorite from today's stream?
Just from a messy perspective, I love these smocks. Whether it's
it makes less
arts and
laundry,
crafts, but mainly for when they're eating, we'll toss one on them if they're wearing something decent. So we love these.
All right, Eileen is here from TikTok. She says, I saw you over on TikTok, and so then she came here and joined. So yay! So that is it for our how to get to school, how to get out the door stream. Everything that we've gone over, we kind of learned from last year, I feel like, that were headaches, heartaches, painful things that we dealt with, from having quick snacks like what Joe has in front of him right now, to being able to just get in the car, we got to go, and they still have a snack, or packing lunches. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any fresh fruit because the bananas have gone bad and the strawberries have mold on them. Yeah. You can grab one of those fruit bars, that the 2 different ones Joe was showing, to throw in the lunchbox. We've gone over hair, brushing teeth, makeup, staying not messy on the way to school, getting excited for school. So I hope that this is going to help you guys get up and get out the door to get to school this year. And we will be live next Wednesday at 12:05. We're going to be going over some of our favorite pet items, which Joe, I know, is excited about. Are we going to show Frankie next week?
We can show Frankie next week.
We have a new French Bulldog puppy. His name is Frankie Sinatra. Yes, Frankie Sinatra. He is Blue Brindle. He is about 4 months old now. Almost 4 months old. So Frankie will join us next week. You guys will get to meet our new family edition of Frankie, and we're going to go over all of his favorite things. So happy back to school, everybody. I hope that this helped you guys, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.